Alright, so we've used Angular's templating to get things to display on the screen for us, but we haven't talked a ton about how they work. We already said that anything within the double curly braces that is mapped to some sort of property will be displayed on the screen as the value of that property. So once again, over here in our controller, we've put the value of the name property to my name. And it's the value of that property that is displayed on the screen when we reference that property here. Now we can do other things with templating as well. For example, we could calculate a value. So if I come over here and get rid of this, I could say 5 plus 2. And we'll save that and come back over to the browser. And that templates out to 7. And you can do all sorts of math with it. You generally wouldn't want to here. You would want to compute values somewhere in your controller or somewhere else, and then assign those values to properties themselves to be displayed. But this shows you what else can be done within templating. We can also include hard-coded strings within our templating, and the way that we do that is we append a string right here within the curly braces. So we could say plus, how are you today? We'll save that and come over to see it at work. So that works. The other way that we could do this is we could actually move it to just beside where we've templated out, and we could say, how are you today? So either one of those works, but that just gives you an idea of the various things that we can do with templating. Now let's say we had something like an object instead of just a property on scope. So if we come over to our controller, and I'm going to get rid of this string right here, and instead of assigning this to a string, I'm going to put in an object. So we'll put in an empty object, and we'll say that the first property is called first for first name. My first name is Ryan, and then last is going to be Chenky. We'll save that and come back over. The way that we get a hold of those individual values now is to just access them like you would any other object with dot notation. So name.first, and then we can do plus a space, and then we can do name, we'll do plus name.last. Now let's see this at work. There it is. It shows up as you would typically think about it. Now the reason that we're getting object up here in the input box is because right now it is an object that we're pointing to. If we wanted to say get just the first name, we could come over here to our ng model, and then we access the first name value like such. And we'll come back over and refresh, and there we have it again. The first name is the only thing there. And this is still bound to that first name property. So we can delete that, and we can put it to lowercase or all to uppercase, and it still works as expected.